Hey guys, welcome back to today's video. So in one of my other vlogs last week or the week before, I asked everybody that if they were interested in a where I get my faux fur video, to let me know in the comments. Then yeah, so people were interested in it, so I thought I would make a video on where I buy faux fur from. Just bear in mind, I am from Australia, and I know a lot of my followers and viewers are from America, so where I get things is going to be different to where the cheaper option for people in the States and Europe are going to get it. So, but I mean, it's good for Australian people because there's not a lot of stuff that you can get in Australia. So, yeah, I've done a lot of research and stuff, and just in my experience, I've just picked up places that I like to frequent. I've got a list of things to get through as well, just so I don't miss anything. So basically, one of the things that is available to anyone really is local craft stores and local fabric stores. There's not a lot of options in Australia because it's Australian. There's never anything here. But if I get my fabric locally, or my faux fur locally, I usually get it from Spotlight here. It's probably the biggest, I hate the word, but haberdashery store here in Australia, but I always wait until there's a sale on, because Spotlight has a sale a lot of the times, and they do have up to 40 to 50% off their faux fur, so I always keep an eye out for that. I also join their club because you get discounts when you're a club member, and it's free anyway. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Just yeah, whenever you're in Spotlight, or if you're in Melbourne, you can't go anywhere anyway, yeah, just check out to see what's on sale, and if they do have a pretty good sale on, I usually get quite a length of faux fur. Usually only black or white. I'll get a couple of meters, I guess, because it's still cheaper than getting things from online that I found. So yeah, definitely take advantage of any sales that you see going on. The next one is online stores. So obviously it's pretty an obvious question. It's a pretty obvious answer is online stores. So in Australia, there's only very few. One's called Bartfield. It's here in Melbourne, and they have an online store and have some okay faux furs. I've gotten stuff from them before a couple of times. Comes pretty quickly, and but you know, it is expensive, so I really only use it as a last resort, or if they've got like a specialty fabric, I guess, that I liked, or if I need something quickly, I will yeah, get something from there. And again, another one is called Fur Addiction, and she is in Queensland and makes teddy bears. But she also has some faux fur. And again, it's still expensive, and I only really get it if I need it quickly, or there's some nice faux furs that I haven't seen before. I usually get it from there. But yeah, not the cheapest option, but there are some, there's a nice selection on there, I guess, and there's basic faux furs as well if you need, you know, the basic colors. But yeah, there's not a lot of stock, understandably, because it is expensive to get things into Australia, so that's always something to keep in mind. Etsy is a strange one. There's not a lot of things in Australia for on Etsy for Australia, because the shipping is just astronomical. But if you're in the US or possibly Europe, but mainly US, it's pretty good for you. So definitely check out Etsy. You can find some nice pieces on there, but again, it's going to be more expensive buying from there because they charge a ridiculous price. That's why I stopped using it. So yeah, if you can find their personal shop, definitely go head to their shop over Etsy. But yeah, you can definitely check it out though. Fabric Empire, if you're in the States, is quite good. I can't get it shipped here because they want over $100 for shipping, and it's just not going to happen. So they have a really nice selection of faux furs, but I'm just not doing it because that's ridiculous. But if you're in the States, I think the shipping is quite good. and I think they have sales on quite frequently. I'm not sure, I don't use them. And also I've gotten some fabric from fabric.com before. They've got a nice selection of faux furs, but again the shipping is just not good. It's not over $100, it's more affordable than that, but when you're international, it's still it adds to the price of faux fur, I guess. So if you're in the States, check out fabric.com. They have some nice selection of faux fur on there, and the shipping is much nicer as well than Fabric Empire. But yeah, I guess if you're in Europe or something as well, just check out the shipping before you buy anything from there, because sometimes they're just, buying things from the States is just, I don't know what goes on with your shipping system, guys. Sometimes they just, I don't know, charge a ridiculous amount for shipping. I guess they just don't want our business, maybe. Or maybe it is that price, I don't know. Now, the one that I use all the time is AliExpress. I buy majority of my faux fur from there. If I can't find it locally, I buy majority of my faux fur from AliExpress. And there's good things and bad things about that. Sometimes you really need to check the feedback for the sellers, because sometimes there's just not great sellers, or they're not selling the correct things. It's the same thing with Wish, where Wish can kind of get away with it a bit more, but I found AliExpress to be really good. I've never had a problem. I've found all the people on there to be really responsive, and they ship out really quickly. No problems. Their feedback system is much better than any feedback system that I've found on Etsy or eBay even. So when you leave feedback, people can leave images of their products that they've gotten, which I find really helpful because it shows like what they actually got. I've never had a problem with crappy descriptions or anything on there. They all seem to be pretty legit and just trying to run a business. So I really recommend AliExpress. Just, yeah, like I said, check the seller rating and all the feedback and stuff, just to see if your product is good or not. But I've personally never come across any crappy sellers or anything like that. One seller that I buy from quite frequently, they have a nice selection, is called Linda Wholesales. They have, yeah, a really nice selection of faux fur on there. Just when you're going to purchase it though, just keep an eye on the shipping, because they have a lot of different shipping options, and a lot of them offer free shipping, but sometimes the free shipping can be really slow. So just check out what service they're using. It should tell you in the checkout, and it'll let you select which shipping method you want. So they have EMS, they have DHL, they have China Mail, and just untrackable mail or something like that. So there's a whole heap of different mail services you can select, and it gives you the price, so everything's right there in front of you. There's no thinking really. But yeah, sometimes just they try and make money off the shipping, so just check that, because sometimes it can be way too much. So yeah, always check the shipping when you're going through checkout. One thing I might mention also is they don't have PayPal, so it is credit card only payment, or Alipay. I don't have Alipay. I just use my credit card payment method. I've never had a problem with it, and I seem to be pretty safe to me. So yeah, there's no PayPal, which is kind of annoying, but because I like to pay with PayPal, but I've never had a problem with the credit card service. So you will get charged an international fee, depending, I don't really know what it's like over in the States, but here in Australia, I'm with Commonwealth, and you get charged like an international processing fee because it's going internationally and you're using a credit card. I'm not sure if that's the same deal over in the States, but just that's something to keep an eye on as well, because it will add like an extra $2 or something. Another thing is time. It takes a long time for things to be shipped here. Sometimes it's really quickly. So I ordered it depends on what service you choose as well. So if you get non-trackable shipping, and it's usually free, it's going to take around 1 to 2 months to get here, maybe longer if it's still Corona. But I ordered 3 different orders from 3 different sellers for the faux fur for my dolls for the Calgary Zoo. the last one I ordered came within 2 weeks, which was faux fur for my ferret. It was a registered mail, and that came really quickly. It came trackable, so it was, yeah, super quick. The next one I ordered was fabric for my bongos. They came after a month, so they arrived, and yeah, shipping was fine. It was trackable. That it was what, China mail, I think it was. So it's a little bit longer with the China mail, but again, also free. So the third one I got, I'm still waiting for it to arrive into the country. It has left China, but it has yeah, it's still traveling to Australia, I think. So, or maybe it's here and they just haven't gone through it, but yeah, so that one's going to take a bit longer to get here. Hopefully not too much longer, because I'd like to start putting some dolls together, because that's a bigger order, and majority of my faux fur is in that order too. So that's been almost 2 months now. It's maybe a month and a half or so. It's yeah, still traveling here, so that's something to keep in mind too. But if you need it quicker, there is that option, but you have to pay for it. So if you can choose EMS, and it will be $50 or something to get here, but at least there's that option if you really need it. Another thing to keep an eye on is AliExpress seems to go through, the products seem to go through like phases. So there will be a product that comes out, and a lot of the sellers will have that same product in the same image. So that's, you can find a cheaper option somewhere else as well, as long as the feedback's okay. So just do a little bit of hunting for, if you found a fabric that you like, do a little bit of hunting, because I'm sure there's a couple of other sellers that have that same fabric, because like I said, it has the phases. They seem to all get the same. It seems to be a wholesaler in China that sells to the wholesalers on AliExpress. So they all sort of get the same sort of products. So they'll do like a season worth of products or something. So that's always something to keep in mind. And you would probably, if you do a little bit of hunting, I'm sure you'll find it a couple of bucks cheaper, but they're roughly the same. But sometimes just keep an eye on the price as well, because sometimes they're not actually that cheap, and you get a smaller piece than actually buying it in the shop. So if you're buying, say you're buying a white piece of faux fur, usually here they sell them by the meter, or they price them by the meter. Or I guess in the States they do it by the yard. I know a meter is longer than a yard, is it? But sometimes, but on AliExpress they seem to have a set size of 160 or so centimeters by 50 or 60 centimeters. So it is a lot smaller than what you can get in Australia, and sometimes they're more expensive than buying it here. Because you got to pay the processing fee and the shipping fee, and sometimes they're priced at $80 a meter, a piece. So just keep in mind that price and what you're actually getting for it. Read the descriptions. Sometimes the descriptions are a little bit iffy, they're not completely accurate. I guess they're not as bad as Wish, but they're not completely accurate. But you just have to keep in mind that English isn't their native language, so just keep in mind that as well. But yeah, so I mainly buy my stuff from AliExpress. I've never had a problem with it. I've had something take months to get here, but that was at the start of COVID, and it's understandable why. But yeah, that's pretty much where I get all my faux furs from. Any questions, let me know in the comments, because yeah, we can chat in the comments about things. Yeah, I have a types of faux fur video on my channel as well, so you can check that out. If you want any further advice or art chats or something, I have a tier over on my Patreon that you can ask me questions about things, and yeah, we can have a little chat about it. So yeah, that's over on Patreon. Thanks to my patrons for supporting me. I really appreciate it. I can make videos like this, and yeah, that's it. Anyway, you can check me out on Instagram and Facebook at Creatures of Nat, and also my shop at creaturesofnat.com. I hope this helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!